We're live, baby.
I think we're live. Can you can you guys see it? Okay. I think we're officially live.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Hopefully everybody's coming back in. All right, Rachel, thank you. So move this. All right. Got two people in here. I know some of the other people are gonna try to get back in.
My favorite country song. I'm an Eric Church guy. I'd have to go with either Talladega or Record Year. There's something about the way Eric Church just does his music. He's got a little bit of an old timey, but he's also kind of up and current. So I'm definitely guilty of being a big Eric Church fan. Saw him in concert just a couple of years ago at the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. It was a beautiful night, and Eric Church has brought down the house. So I love some Eric Church country music for sure.
I'm gonna have to say no comment on that one. But I will tell you this, Karl had actually, Karl Schmidt, you had asked a question about how is music helping during this time. And I'll tell you this, first thing when I wake up in the morning, I have a small child. So first thing is we're getting on instrumental music in the morning to get the day started, kind of get everybody woken up and moving around. And by the time I'm in my car, I'm full blown dancing on my way to work because I got to get pumped up. And for those of you that have ever been to Recovery Unplugged, you know how we do things with our pump up. We go big in the mornings because music is really just what helps us feel alive every single day when we get here. There's music on in the hallways all throughout the day. We're using music in our group and individual sessions. We're using it as a catalyst. We're using it as a way to break the barrier between some of the vulnerability blocks that people have. This is what we're trying to do every single day. Shout out, Karl.
Tammy Fry, love me some Tammy Fry.
I think Richie Supa's in the house. Can you identify your presence, Richie Supa? Happy birthday, by the way, Richie Supa. 21 never felt so good, I bet. Jason, great question. Routine is incredibly important right now. This is a tough time. I'm really happy that I've had the opportunity to come to work during this time because it helps me feel not as affected. And when I talk to a lot of friends and family that are stuck at home, and I have clients that are at home and they're saying, "Oh, I can't get out of my house." I will tell you this, having some type of routine, even if it's little things in the morning, waking up, getting a little bit of meditation, having music to listen to in the morning, going for a walk. I go for as many walks as I can, as long as I get home and it's still daylight. Luckily, we've been graced with some great weather here in Tennessee, and it's been a great opportunity to do little things each day. But having a routine during this time is very important. Make sure you're getting up. Make sure you're changing your clothes. Make sure you're still showering every day. Still go after each day right now as if you're going after a day of work or whatever else it may be. Hey, Jennifer. Good to see you. We'll hear from you. Hey, guys. So as more people are coming back into the chat, Karl and I are happy to take your questions. And there will be a special segment in a little while where Karl's got a little surprise for y'all. And we'll be taking some special questions at that time because Karl and that hat, this hat right here helps to see into the future. And we'll get into that in a little bit.
I'll talk about equine therapy. I would say very much. I personally attend equine therapy with my primary therapist, and there's something spiritual about horses and being around them. A lot of studies have shown that it's cross-cultural when it comes with horses, working with not only special needs children and adults, but PTSD soldiers is very common working with horses as well. So anytime you get a chance to be around a horse and walk it through different exercises, it's a very effective and powerful. And I promote it and find it to be a very cost worthy because again, it's kind of like an accelerated therapy session. You find yourself practicing coping skills and grounding techniques to keep the horse calm, but also it's there's something spiritual and magical about being around a horse and the ability to connect. And that's the thing that we talk about Recovery Unplugged is the opposite of addiction is not abstinence, it's actually connection with each other and to people around us. And so if you can work on your connections through work, through friends, I'm very grateful for my work family right now because we need each other, and we have clients that are coming in that have been isolated and stuck, and I'm really grateful that we're able to provide a service right now and just connect with people. So I'm very grateful for my work family. It gets me out of my house and puts me around people that get me and that I can be part of their recovery journey. So very grateful. Thanks. Good question.
Great question. Great question. Hey, Tiffany, good to hear from you. I hope all is going well. I see. How are we handling being strong for families who are freaking out? What do I tell them? I'm not used to being the one anyone looks to for strength. Well, first of all, congratulations on being the one that people look to for strength, because that means that you're doing a great job in your recovery process. I do have to say that. And this is a tough time, and it's important that our family members who may be freaking out and they may be, a little bit extra cautious, which is good at sometimes, but if it's creating a higher level of anxiety, I think we're back.
And we're back. Shout out from LA. What's up, LA?
I don't know if anyone's in here yet, but they all have to join back in every time it freezes.
What's up, LA?
No one's in here yet, but it's just one person in here so far. It freezes. It's just one person in here. We are back again. We will be resilient through these internet issues. We are back again. All right, it seems like some of the people are coming back in. We're starting to get our people back here. I appreciate your persistence and sticking around with us. I know I was answering your question, Tiffany. I'm not sure if you're back in here. Did you make it back in? Shoot a comment if you're still here. All right, we're back up to 14. Shoot us some comments, guys, so we know. Oh, there you are. You're still here. Awesome. All right. Welcome back. Yeah, so like I was saying, Tiffany, to make a long story short, do your best to focus on the positive things that your family is doing. Reassure them that their cautiousness and their precautions are the things that are going to be helping them stay safe during this time. Try to focus on the good things. Try to make them laugh. Music helps. Obviously, when you're in the house, play music. Try to lighten the mood. Try to watch a funny show. Catch some Netflix. Try to focus on the simple things that are happening right now and just providing them reassurance that they're doing the right thing. And like I said again, congratulations on being the Rock. That's something that I know that you've been looking forward to for a long time, and you deserve it. So great work. Feel free to shoot us some more questions, guys. We're glad to help, and we're hoping this internet stays good for us here. Whether it does or doesn't, we will be logging back in every time.
Would love to hear what's on your quarantine playlist, or if you got a certain song that when you're vacuuming your home or apartment, would love to hear some shout outs on what you guys are listening to during this time.
We want a top 5 quarantine playlist that will have Recovery Unplugged share later today. Congratulations, Tiffany. Keep it up. It's not wild. It was meant to be. Send us a couple songs. I want you to think of that song that's going to be on your top 5 quarantine playlist. Can't touch this. That's a good one. That's good. I didn't even think of that. That's good. That's good. Karl, what's your song?
I'm Bruno Mars guy, man. That's me and Justin Timberlake, Bruno Mars, and some good old Eric Church gets me through the day.
Absolutely. For your quarantine playlist.
Yep, that's my quarantine playlist. Those guys.
Okay. All right.
Shout out from Boulder.
All right. Adam saying hi from Boulder. The best thing I do is write a song a day that starts with I woke up this morning. It's easy and you get great insights and great material. That's amazing. That's awesome. And I bet you're creating a lot of great things doing that. And you're going to come across a masterpiece that way. I'd love you send us some of those lyrics.
Got a shout out from Jason. We do some therapy. Who wants some therapy tonight? We can do family of origin, PTSD, trauma. Come on, we got it all tonight.
I'd have to say for my quarantine playlist, I'd have to go with the Cleaning Out My Closet by Eminem. I'm just going to stick with the cleaning topic and leave it there. Definitely been listening to a lot more music at home these days, I'll tell you that. That is such a good comment, AJ. I couldn't say it better myself, honestly. I appreciate that. Good to hear from you, AJ. I hope everything's good out there in Chattanooga. So as you guys think of a couple more things, feel free to fire off some questions while we're talking. We will stop what we're doing and we will definitely think of some of those things. But I did want to ask Karl a little bit about, what he is doing and what he recommends for people that want to provide service during this time, what they can do.
A big part of my love language has always been acts of service. And so with the current situation of social distancing, I'm finding I just around work, I'll try and pick up my peers' plates at lunch or breakfast. As I go walk in my community, I try and just pick up trash. I also think about just being friendly to people in those moments I do reach out and stop by the grocery store. Just pass along a smile, guys. It's just something about our ability to connect. And because acts of service, we can't touch hardly anything these days. I'm just trying to go out of my way to serve those around me that I can. And I think it's important, as it's the 12th step as we continue to give back to one another and carry the message. It's one of those things where it's the little things, even leaving encouraging emails, notes from my friends. I'm reaching out. I'm back to the fundamentals on the recovery, the AA book. I'm all about the fundamentals, steps 1, 2, and 3, staying connected. When in times of crisis, I have what I call a board of directors, men in my life that I reach out to consistently and check on them and their families. Even since the Kobe Bryant passing away, it's just rekindled a desire for me to reconnect with people and not just think about them, but actually reach out and send a message. So I'm really big about the connection component. I think that is service work when you're intentional to reach out to someone and just say, "Hey, I was thinking about you," and want to not just text, but pick up the phone and call. That's to me is service work.
Thank you, Karl. Monica, that is such a great story. I'm so glad to hear that that both of your daughters are making it, and also too during this time that their nurse is serving our population right now. This is a very tough time.
Unplugged.
All right. We are back at it again.
Episode 22.
Episode 22. Bremer and Jackson back in action. We will not quit. No matter what. No matter what, we will not quit.
So much better, right on.
Looks so much better. Thank you. That's that iPhone for you. I guess it's a little better than the laptop. All right, looks like people are starting to come back in. We got resilient fans here. Why don't you guys shoot a quick comment, let us know who's here so we can address some of the questions that have already been asked so that we can, I don't want to leave you guys hanging. Shoot a quick comment if you're here, let us know that you're here. We can. Oh, Jill Stevens. Feel free to shoot a quick comment, guys. Let us know you're here. Otherwise, I just see a number at the top. Is it better to forgive and forget, or forgive but still keep the situation in mind?
Your turn.
Is it better to forgive and forget? To forgive and forget, or forgive but still keep the situation in mind? Well, I mean, I will say this, that you can't really forget at the end of the day. Because really the act of forgetting is honestly erasing it from your mind, and with some situations it's just unrealistic for us to be able to actually eliminate them from our memory. So there's still going to be things that we keep in mind in the future, especially times when we've been wronged or something's happened to us, and we keep those things in mind so that we understand and have the awareness for future situations that we may have to deal with, and we may need to relate it back to a past experience. Now, that can be good and bad because we might take that past experience and provide a prejudgment towards a new experience, but whatever it may be. But it's important that we're getting the proper therapy with what we need going through certain situations so that we can address these situations in a healthy way. I hope that answers your question there. Thank you again for the question, Tiffany. It is great to hear from you too. Hi, Melissa. Welcome. Good to hear from you. Gabby, it looks like you said Often listen to sad music when I'm feeling sad. Is that healthy, or should I listen to happy music instead?
My turn.
Let's go.
Emotions are energy, and they gotta go somewhere. I am a huge Disney person, and I am very guilty of emoting through Disney movies, happy or sad. I think it's very important to have a range of emotions in recovery. I didn't know the depth and width of emotions that would surface in recovery. And so, whether music, movies, relationships, anything that causes us to emote is absolutely awesome. Lean into that and experience the emotion and let it go and celebrate that emotion. So, I'm totally down with absolutely finding songs, movies that helps you emote any kind of emotion and share it with somebody. Right on.
Thank you for the question, Gabby. Thank you for that. All right. Who else is here? Is Matt Wibley? I apologize so hard if I pronounced that wrong. Matt, are you still here? I'd love to answer your question as well. All right. Do you guys have uplifting favorite movies that you can get through tough times?
There's Matt.
Don't be sorry for all the questions. So, I will recommend. I'm gonna go with Silver Linings Playbook because I think it's a great story about managing mental health, as well as a little bit of substance abuse issues and addiction behaviors. I think it's a great movie as far as uplifting. I just watched a movie called Just Mercy that just came out. I thought that was a great story about standing up for those who aren't able to have the resources to get their own help. And I mean, also too, I'm gonna have to channel in my best friend Google on that one because just remember, guys, we have so much information at our fingertips when it comes to finding. Whether it be a song, whether it be a movie, whatever it may be that we think may help get us through a tough time. Because, during this time right now, it is a perfect time to educate ourselves, whether that be through music, whether that be through movies, whether it be, just having new experiences. So, looks like we have another question here. What does it say here? Do y'all recommend binaural beats? So, as far as binaural beats, there is a lot of people that say that they do help with working memory as well as short-term memory. And what the whole idea is, it can help strengthen the connections among different aspects of our brain. And the thing is, I think that for me personally, I think it helps me focus. It's something that I have on the background playing in my office through the majority of the day, to be honest. I definitely struggle with ADHD, and I think that, I've tried meditation, I've tried many different things, but I'll tell you, rhythm and beats and music is something that has helped me beyond anything else. Deep breathing, of course, helps me right in the moment, but sometimes when I'm done with that, it's hard to get back into a state of focus. But I will tell you that the beats, absolutely. So as far as if providing a recommendation on that, I'm going to say definitely. Tate, thank you for the comment. I definitely recommend anybody out there that's got a beard, just try to go just mustache just for a little while. It's worth it. So Matt, your question about what are our thoughts on naltrexone? So, with naltrexone, I will say this, that naltrexone and Vivitrol is something that a lot of our clients do, whether it's for opiates or whether it's for alcohol to help deal with the cravings as well as block that receptor. I do believe that it is a good assistance to provide an obstacle between a person and opiates or alcohol. It is not going to be the thing that absolutely saves you, and it's not a cure, and it's not a cure to addiction. I think that it's also it shows commitment to take naltrexone or Vivitrol, because it just shows a commitment to recovery. It's basically you making the commitment saying, I'm going to take this medication because I know that it's going to help me not be able to use this certain substance. And sure, I've had this conversation with hundreds, if not 1,000 people about this topic, and I will tell you that there's not many people. I could give you this, and this is probably the best piece of information I can give you, is I haven't really had anybody come back and say, geez, I really wish I didn't take that. Unless they wanted to keep using, so otherwise I would say go for it. As long as it works with you. All right. Any good podcasts we could think of? I gotta say, personally, I'm not a big podcast guy. I don't know, Karl? No? They don't have podcasts?
I would listen to any Tiger King podcast.
I mean, I would probably partake in that as well if it was available, I gotta say. As far as good podcasts, I mean, Joe Rogan is definitely something a lot of people like. I know that. And honestly, too, with podcasts, when I did listen to them for a short period of time, during long drives, I would say I would honestly just use Google, and I would say, hey, listen, let me get a podcast on self-help or motivation or meditations, ways of more mindfulness, whatever it may be.
Shout out to Tate. Tate's in the house.
Kel, do you have any suggestions on how to stick to a healthy routine during this pandemic?
So I'll take that. Screen time, routines, schedules. Guys, there's so many things competing for your time when it comes to quarantine right now. And so I challenge you guys to write out a schedule, even open up your day timer and put timers on your phones that can help you, again, just stick to the structure and consistency. Monday to Friday, if that's your work days, consistently check in with your coworkers online, print schedules to stay connected. And again, put timers on things so that you don't get stuck on something too long and begin to shift. Our bodies actually gravitate to routine and structure. And so the more that you can provide the consistency around that, your body and your emotions will catch up. But write things down. Just by writing things down, you're 60% more likely to accomplish and stick to it by writing it down. So pick up that pen and paper.
Boom.
Bam.
As far as podcasts go, it looks like we got a few people that are identifying a few podcasts that they would recommend. Stephanie's giving a few podcasts out there. Shout out to Stephanie. Shout out to Rachel, giving us a couple ideas for podcasts. Oprah, Super Soul. Stephanie, WTF with Mark Maron. That sounds great. What does WTF stand for? I'm just kidding. Come on now. Write out a schedule and spend 30 minutes a day journaling. Absolutely, absolutely. Journaling is incredibly healing. And listen, if you're quarantined right now and you don't have much to do, I will tell you this. Try journaling with the opposite hand. If you're a righty, try journaling lefty tonight. See what's different. I will tell you this, you will commit to your words much better, and you will choose your words differently than you normally do. That I can almost guarantee. So, looks like we've got about 15 minutes or so left.
Time for some power questions.
So let's we're about to jump into the power questions here. Mr. Bremer here has identified himself as somewhat of a fortune teller, and we're gonna have a little bit of fun here. We're gonna put some things into chance, and I'm gonna let Karl take over for a second.
I spent 4 years in graduate school, spending thousands of dollars to educate myself in this field, and I found this to be one of the most therapeutic and powerful tools. The Magic 8-Ball. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This thing is amazing, and we are willing to take any high-risk question at this moment and put it in front of the Magic 8-Ball. So bring it on.
Shoot out some questions, guys. This is the time to get your
Power
fate.
questions.
One time and one time only. You know how it is. You shake it, it lands. If it lands on a corner, we'll give it a little nudge or a reshake, your choice. And feel free to ask a couple things here. Rachel, thanks for your comment. What's Karl's surprise? Well, hopefully, maybe there's a little bit of a delay. Let's see where it's at here. Karl's surprise. Well, hopefully, maybe there's a little bit of a delay. Not that much. Guys, this is your opportunity to find out, is Ian the best at ping pong? We shall find out, Stephanie. That is a great question. Oh, what does that say, Karl?
Try again later.
That's, no. It says, yes, definitely.
No witness.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you could have saw it if you were here. Will Ian grow his... Oh, wait, hold on. Will lockdown continue through June? Rick, that is a great question. I'm going to let Karl shake it on this one.
This is a
Greg, this is a big one. This is a big one.
It is definitely so. So make sure your Netflix account is current.
Get that Netflix bill paid. Get that Netflix bill paid. I apologize. I apologize, Rick. That was a good question, though. Will Ian's beard grow back? Give it a shake.
Yes.
Yeah, we already knew that one. Good try. Can Ian still skate? Almost laughed because, I mean, we all know the answer to that. Let's see how correct this is.
Outlook good.
Outlook good. So we're doing pretty good so far. There are a few test questions here. We appreciate that. Ian is cheating. Stephanie, unfortunately, that's not a question. I may have to skip that one. I do appreciate your time. Stephanie, we love you. Seriously, am I going to make money again playing music? Great question, Christine. I'm really hoping that works out.
Most definitely.
That is fantastic. Christine, we wish you the best. And feel free to send us some of your songs. We'd love to hear it. All right. Where are y'all at? We're in Nashville, James. We're in Nashville right now. Actually, Brentwood, to be specific. About 20 minutes south of Nashville. Asher is saying Karl should enter Best Cowboy Hat Contest. Actually, let's turn that into a question. Should Karl enter the Best Cowboy Hat Contest?
Witness?
Witness. Outlook,
Not
not so good.
Thanks for the question.
Ouch. Thank you, Asher, for bringing that up. What are the 8 Ball's credentials? So, let me tell you a little bit about the Magic 8 Ball. How about you tell them about the Magic 8 Ball?
This goes back to the early 70s when this theory was brought up upon test panels of people that were probably smoking large amounts of cannabis at the time, but found a very good marketing idea that turned out to be on shelves today. So I do think there's some evidence-based research around that it's not very accurate, but it provides excellent entertainment for counselors during quarantine.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Are clients concerned about COVID-19? Well, let me answer that one. Let me answer that one without the 8 Ball here. We have clients currently inpatient, not far from where we're sitting, right here in the Nashville facility. And we had a great day at groups, by the way. Clients really showed up today. They really showed up yesterday in our open mic group. I have to say that due to the staff and the clients as well, just showing up and having a positive mindset, I have to tell you that this is a joy to still come into work, and clients being really unaffected by what's happening on the outside. This is a really tough time for people on the outside, and I got to tell you, sometimes they're like, hey, I I forgot this is all going on until I watched the news. So we're trying to do the best job that we can here at the facility, making sure that the clients are still having a great experience. Thank you, though. Thank you for the question, Asher. Rick, thanks for showing up. Hey, absolutely. We're going to do a lot of different events. I'm not sure if there's an unplugged session tomorrow, but I will tell you, you should definitely just tune in either to the YouTube channel or look on our Facebook. There's tons of videos to look at. I get stuck watching them for hours sometimes. Is Karl a better therapist than Ian? Let's go. Oh, we landed on the corner, so that means it's a tie.
Reply.
What does it
Hazy,
say?
try again.
Reply hazy, try again. Might as well. This 8-ball's been pretty accurate so far, so it's tough to say, you know? It ended on the corner again. You may rely on it.
There it is. Evidence-based.
There it is, folks. There it is, folks. Oh, and thank you for correcting that grammar too, Stephanie. We were worried about that. All right. Ask a Therapist will be every week. I'm sure a few of us from the Nashville facility are going to get out here again sometime as well. We're happy to do this. Who do we still have here? Who's still in here? And I'd love to see who else is still here so we can give a shout out, have a little quick talk with some of you guys. I see there's still 12, 13 people in here. We are glad to take any more questions for you guys during this time. You know, it's good to be able to interact. I wish I could see you guys face to face. We'll turn this into a Zoom thing. Recovery Unplugged over here, we're doing our alumni meeting through Zoom here in Nashville, which is great because clients that have gone all over the state have been logging into the Zoom call. We had a great turnout last night, and it's really cool that people in different states that were in treatment together or didn't go to treatment together can get together and talk about their experience and how things are going, and be able to connect and give back to one another and provide support. I do encourage you, if you are Recovery Unplugged alumni, please get in contact with your alumni coordinator or shoot a message to the alumni page if you're not in contact with one of the coordinators, and make sure that you get with them so that you can get connected. Well, should we put that one through the Magic 8-Ball, Karl? Asher's asking if he can send over some pizza for the staff.
Yes.
We will allow that. Preferably not Papa John's. Just kidding. If you do get Papa John's, make sure there's a little bit of that extra garlic sauce.
We don't complain.
We will take it regardless. Who else is still here? Feel free to send us a comment or question. Give us a shout out. We'd love to shout you guys out. Love seeing, we've had a great turnout of some of the alumni that have been through our program. It's great to see you guys on here, even if it's from a distance through a comment. Who made that Papa John's meme? What meme are you speaking about? Papa John's meme. Someone on YouTube asked if they could cut their own hair. Well, I will tell you this. I had a beard that was about out to here just a few days ago, and I don't have a barber currently, so here's what I'm left with. And I will tell you, our operations manager chose to cut his own hair recently, and didn't turn out so good. But if you're going to be quarantined for quite a while, it might not be such a bad idea, because you can always just cut it into one of the most fun haircuts that you ever had in your life, and just enjoy it for a little while. Every time I look in the mirror, I laugh when I see this mustache. Listen, Karl had a full-blown, his hair was about down to here. He tried to cut his own hair. Take a look. Show him, take off the hat.
I'm working on my Joe Exotic
That's what happens.
mullet.
That's what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Try to cut your own hair. So I will say, be careful if you're going to cut your own hair. If you have a significant other or someone else in the house, I would maybe ask them to help you out a little bit. But if you do and you decide to cut yourself a pretty funky haircut, feel free to send us a picture. That would be great. Okay, Jessica Arbaugh's in the house. Welcome, Jessica. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot us a question. And I don't know if we got enough songs. If anybody has any more songs that they'd like to add to the Recovery Unplugged Quarantine playlist. So far we have Can't Touch This, Cleaning Out My Closet, Eminem.
Dirty Deeds, Done Dirt Cheap, AC/DC.
Couple more would be great. And if anybody has more questions for the Magic 8 Ball, feel free. Your destiny is not far away. It's one comment, one question away. One shake of this thing and you'll find out where the truth lies. Can one of you or both sing us a song before signing off?
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Like a little pump up.
Sing us a song. You want us to sing you a song before signing off. Well, there's one song that is the easiest song to sing that everyone knows the words to.
Happy birthday.
Exactly. So, we'll do that right now, Stephanie.
Elvis
even though it's
style.
not your birthday.
Elvis style.
I mean, I don't know if I got that.
Try it.
You lead, I'll follow.
All right. Have a birthday to you. Have a birthday to you. Have a birthday, dear Elvis. Have a birthday to you.
All right. Hopefully that was the best thing that you've ever seen.
If you have trauma from that song, we'll be here next Thursday for Ask a Therapist.
Absolutely. Mercy. Well, we were begging you for mercy. Why don't you believe us? There's someone being reborn today. That's the truth, Rick. Listen, I didn't know if I had the inner Elvis in there, but I feel like I was able to channel it pretty decently there.
Let's ask the Magic
Karl
8
led.
Ball.
How was our performance? Should we ever do it
Yes.
again? Yes. Okay,
Yes.
that settles that. When can we do an Ask an Interventionist? That would be a good idea, Asher. I think that it'd be good to get you in on one of these because I know that there's a lot of families. And for all of you that don't know, Asher is works in our outreach team here, and he's got years of experience working as an interventionist. Works with a lot of families, a lot of clients, and he does a great job in getting them connected to treatment, making sure that they get the right services they need. And we'll definitely get you on here on this live. Get you hooked up, and hopefully your internet connection is a little better than ours, and it doesn't take 4 tries. Absolutely, though. Looks like we got a few people that just signed in and out. People coming in and out. Feel free to announce yourself. We're going to be here for a couple more minutes, and we'd be glad to take on any more questions that you guys may have. But the big theme of today, that just to wrap up a little bit, a few questions that people had asked were really about how to deal with the boredom, how to deal with family members who are struggling during this time. If you're struggling, and there was a few people that asked questions about medication. The biggest thing I'm going to say is consistency. To kind of wrap all of this up, you gotta make sure that you're maintaining consistency right now at this point in your life with your daily routine. I'd like to say the best reason that this is not affecting me to a high level is because I'm just acting accordingly, but being more careful with my hand washing, with sanitizing, with who I'm coming into contact with, and how I'm going about through the day. I'm trying to live life as normal as possible right now during these times, and also understanding that there's a bigger purpose, and I have to make sure that I'm putting myself out there for those in need and those who are struggling, to make sure that they're getting the help that they need. You know, we have clients here every day, and I don't want to bring any fear that I have into that room. And just like I'm dealing with clients here in the facility, you guys have family members, loved ones, your pet, your dog, your cat at home that they need you, and they need you to show up so that you can provide them the support that they need at this time.
Another final point, you are loved, you are worth it, never give up.
Absolutely. Well, listen, guys, this is something that I really enjoyed doing. I appreciate everybody's questions and concerns during this time. I hope we were able to answer most of them and get to you guys accordingly. I think we hit every single question. It was great to hear from some of the alumni and those who aren't alumni and those who wanted to just come in and enjoy some time with us. We're happy to do it. I still see there's a couple people signing in right now. You know, we'd love to see who you are. You know, listen, feel free to shoot a comment and let us know who you are so that we can answer any questions or shout outs that you guys may have. We'll give it a minute. Trying to see if we missed any questions here. Oh, it just shows me. All right, well, I think we're about to sign off then, guys. Oh. So the next time that Karl and I will be live is probably in a week or two, but every Thursday we're going to have people from the clinical teams at Recovery Unplugged in different locations live to be available to take questions. Just because you asked, I will make sure that Karl and I get on this again, and maybe we'll even get our two other therapists here in the Nashville location on this live with us, and we can get the whole team in here to answer questions and just provide support and information. So it will be every Thursday, but we have things going on every night, almost every night of the week. We have something going live. Feel free to tune in and check out our Facebook page and check out some of our videos. Just to, you know, because we've already had a couple of these go already, and we're trying to do the best we can to provide people with support during this time. So feel free to reach out. Angeline, thank you for the question and the comment. All right, everybody. And that's how the cookie crumbles. I think we're about to sign off. So it was great to be with you guys. Thank you for those that are still there, all 6 of you. We did have a lot. We got up to about 25 at one point. It was great to be with you guys tonight. Jackson signing off.
# music makes a difference. Love y'all.